Online shopping? Most of us love it. From the wide range of products available on the internet and the convenience of shopping at our fingertips, the advent of online shopping has revolutionized the way we shop. But what do we do with the packaging that comes with our purchases? Such as the cardboard boxes that we're also familiar with.
Most of the time, we discard the packaging that comes with our purchases. Many of us throw them inside the blue recycling bin. But in this episode of EcoBytes, we'll be uncovering creative ways to reuse cardboard. Local experts from Paper Carpenter are thinking out of the box and creating all sorts of wonder using this material. Let's find out more. Hi Adrian, hi Irene. I heard that you can make interesting things out of this material. Could you share a bit more?
Okay, well, cardboard carpentry is a process of converting a sheet of cardboard into something three-dimensional and of course to be as creative as we can be. We can make all kinds of stuff from furniture to caskets to pet products and even for kids' playhouses. So, well, the sky's the limit of what we could do with cardboard. And of course, it's also a production process that we could materialize within a day. You can have an idea in the morning and basically start to do the CADing work in the afternoon, and by the end of the day, with a production facility, we could actually have things produced, okay? And that's how simple it can be.
Well, what are some of the benefits of using cardboard, especially for the environment?
Right. When we source for paper mill, we make sure that the paper mill are FSC certified. So when the cardboard comes in, they're actually from recyclable sources. And we use this cardboard to convert into cardboard products like what you see here in our studio. And when these products are no longer in use, we actually recycle them back. So in that sense, that whole entire ecosystem for the cardboard, it's really great for the environment because we do not need to cut down any fresh trees. And these cardboard are all from recyclable newspapers or paper waste or even the past cardboards that were used.
I see that many of the furnishing in the studio are actually made out of cardboard. Like the couch that I'm sitting on right now, are they actually all made of the same material?
No, they are not actually. Maybe I could share with you.
Oh, okay.
The couch that you're sitting on, it's actually made from this 15mm vertical board.
Oh.
So you can actually have a look. It's really lightweight, but it's still able to take the weight of an adult or even a child, because actually inside it's actually cardboard that are vertical, so that helps balance out the weight very well. So when we design a product, we will look at first identify what we want to create, then we will pick the material. Then this is another kind of material that you see very commonly when you do a lot of online shopping. And these we will use it to do smaller packagings like this. This is actually a mobile boombox, so you put your phone in and you can see basically you don't need it to be that thick because the whole idea is for it to fold and you want it small. So for us in general, we use different kind of cardboard for different purposes and creating, using the strength of the material to balance out a good design between the weight and the design aspect. Yeah. And then Adrian will share with you like what makes up this paper connect chair.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
If you need it stronger for a heavier person like me, so this is what we have. It's a paper core material. It's very highly compressed, and we've created all these connectors that comes in different configurations. So it works like Lego, so and you could actually build anything you want. Yeah, and this is still in paper and is easily cut. Yeah, so this is very versatile. It's ideal for adults as well as a child. A child could be their own skilled man and create almost any products they want.
Yeah, so for us, we use a mix of material. So for example, when talking about furnitures, we'll actually use these. But when we talk about building like big exhibition booths, that are probably like 3 meters or 5 meters, then we would use the paper connect system on the inside as a structure, and then on the outside it will be actually cladded with cardboard. So in that sense, we can easily just say the whole entire structure is actually made from nothing but paper and recyclable plastics.
That sounds really cool that, using simple materials like this, you can actually build up and do so many different things. It seems like you can create just about anything with cardboards, and the possibilities are endless. But just how durable are they, and do they crease easily?
Yeah, so it really depends on the product. Like the lounge chair that you're sitting on right now, it's actually made out of this 15 mm thick. So this material comes in 2 colors, and this one that you're sitting on is actually brown. So if you bend it, actually, it's really hard.
It's really sturdy.
Yeah, it's really sturdy. You're not able to bend this. And then these kind of cardboard that we mentioned earlier, these are actually more for smaller things. So when you bend it, it's really easy to bend. So at the end of the day, when you want to make your cardboard last really long, it really depends on how you handle and how you take care of it. So if you think you want to pack your stuff, just open it up, flat pack, and then store it in a cool and dry place. And just remember, keep it out of water, because they're absolutely not best friends.
Yes, keep it out of water,
Yeah.
definitely. So how about the chairs like the one that I'm sitting on right now? Is there a way for me to take good care of them?
Of course. Well, this chair is meant to be sat on and not treating it like a trampoline. And please don't jump on it. Yeah, so that's how we prolong the lifespan of the chair. And as for cleaning, well, we could just use a slightly damp cloth to wipe it down. Yeah, so it's actually pretty easy to take care of it. Yeah.
Who knew that cardboard comes with such a wide variety and can be used for so many different purposes? But are there any additional consideration you have to take to make sure that your products remain sustainable?
When we do the design process, it's actually all flat pack in mind. So the items start off as a flat pack, and then you can actually pop it up. So once, for example, your chair, once you pop it up already, you can actually flatten it and store it and reuse again.
Well, of course, whenever we begin a design, we ask ourselves, how do we design a product to make a person's life better? So that's very important. Okay, it needs to serve a purpose, and of course, aesthetics will be a bonus. Yeah, so the main subject we'll tackle will be when we design a product, it needs to make a person's life better.
Wow, that sounds really cool. Is it possible to try out cardboard carpentry at home?
Yeah, of course. I'm sure all of us have a lot of recycled cardboard at home, and I can actually show you how to use them for upcycling projects.
Wow, okay, sure. Let's get started.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to show you an upcycling project on what you can do with your cardboard at home. So I'm sure a lot of you actually have plenty of masks, and it's actually chucked in a corner in your wardrobe. Today we're going to show you how you can make use of your cardboard at home and with some nice fun graphic and create a mask organizer. So that's the one product. And the second product we're going to do is actually a desktop organizer that you can actually put your remote control or even your small little knickknacks if you're working from home. So let me come over here and show you. So this is actually the little mask organizer. So as you can see, if you have more than one family at home, so this can be a little mask where you can organize it, and it's really handy just to hang it over in your hangers. And aside just masks, you can actually hang your scarf or even your scrunchies, and voila, your things are all neat and organized. So this is actually one. And the second one is actually a little organizer that you have at home. I know you people out there working at home has lots of things on the table, and sometimes it's just terrible looking for it, especially your handphone or even small little stuff. So a container like that can actually fit in your phone, your small little knickknacks, your clips, or even things that you would need anywhere at home. Okay, let's get started. So first we talk about what do you need. You need scissors, penknife, glue. It can be a Yoo-hoo glue or just a normal Yoo-hoo glue stick, a ruler, and the printables that are available on our website. And of course, the most important material of all, your cardboard. So as you can see, this is a leftover cardboard that we have that looks pretty good. And you can pick one that is not too thick or too thin and needs to be a little bit sturdy, and then we can get started. So first off, you see that there's two sheets here. One is actually the front and one is actually a back. So we'll start off actually with the front. So you take this and you apply glue at the back and you stick it onto the cardboard. So you can see that there's actually an outline. So you follow the outline of that, and then you stick it onto your cardboard. Okay? Just make sure that it glues on so that your paper doesn't move. And with the black line here, that's where we will actually start cutting. So you can see in that sense, I will start off with the straight lines. So I will have my penknife and a ruler. Okay, and of course with the cutting mat at the bottom. And then we'll do some of these cuts, and then we'll trim it off neatly with the scissors. Okay, so we take off the top, the bottom, and also this part here. Okay. Then once you're done, you can start your trimming with the scissors, because you have the curves. Right? So now you can see actually both sides are completed with the glue. One is actually the front and one is actually the black. So what we're going to do is we want to stick both sides together. So we turn any one side, okay? And then same, we'll apply the glue. Just make sure that the whole entire part is covered with glue, but not too much, if not it will overflow. And just sort of like spread it out, especially to the edge. Okay. So once that's done, you would move here, and because it's a small piece, it's pretty easy to catch the alignment. So just use your little fingers as your guidance, and make sure you align properly, and glue it down. Okay. So once you've glued it down already, apply a little bit of a pressure to make sure that both stick on together. And voila! Okay, so let's start on with the second item. The tools that you need is actually similar to our first object. So now you can actually download this printable from our website and choose a suitable cardboard. For this product itself, there's actually a crease, so you have to pick a cardboard material that is much thinner than before, than the mask making. Okay, so once you have picked your cardboard, align two A4 sheets together to make sure that it's enough to cover the sheet. So the steps again would be align it down, flip it over, glue onto the cardboard, and we'll cut. So let's begin. In this template itself, you notice that it's actually quite different from before. There's actually a black line here, and there's actually a red dotted line. So what does that actually mean? The black line is always a cut line. The red is actually what we call a crease line, or in other words, a fold line. So this organizer needs folding. In other words, what we're trying to create is the creasing and to bring out the beauty in a cardboard hexagonal shape. So let's start. So because this shape is actually easier, you can actually handle it with a cardboard where there's less curve. Next, when you cut out, next you would want to crease. So now the question is, which side should I crease? I should always crease when I see a crease line. In other words, in this case, we will crease it downwards. And I need the help of the ruler to do that neatly. So we'll have this as a gauge. We'll fold upwards just to give us a line. And from there, we will bend it downwards. So you can see that you will crease it down. And next, you'll move on. So you bend it this side so you actually have a bit of a, you can see the line. Once you fold in, and then you fold back in. So basically you're actually doing a two-fold. One to fold in, because that's where you can see the line. But in actual, what you want to do is you want it to be flat downwards. Okay. Again, the reason why we can't use a very thick cardboard is because if it's very thick, there will be no way that you can fold this. It will be really difficult. Okay, so this forms the base. And next would be the next sheet of this. Okay, so a little bit folded, that's fine. So again, you'll glue and you would stick. So same like before, these are actually the fold lines, or we call it the crease line. And the black part is where you want to cut it out. Okay? So you can see that this actually is, there's two parts. So because this is based on an A4 template, it's not long enough. So what we're going to do is, there's two parts which would be eventually joined together. And lastly, the two lines to separate the parts. Okay. In this case, I think it's probably easier to use the penknife. Okay. So as you're handling penknife, just be watchful of your fingers. Apply a bit of pressure and follow the line slowly. This will come out beautifully. And yeah. If you think you're not quite sure whether if you cut through your cardboard, you can always cut it twice, right? First time to make sure that the alignment is correct, and second time just to make sure that you have a nice, beautiful cut. Right? So you have it here. So these are the two parts. Next, what we'll do is we will do the fold. So let's start off with just one part. So you can see that the folds are actually the crisscross lines, and that's what create the shape. Again, like before, we put our ruler here and we fold it upwards. But actually what you want is actually downwards. So you fold it up using the ruler, apply a bit of pressure, make sure that your ruler is in place. Once you're done, you fold it back downwards. So that's the crease that you can see. The next is on this side. Okay, so once you have joined, you can actually see that there are actually three parts. So this is the base, and this the part that makes up the circumference. Okay, so let's start with this one. So you can see from here that these are actually the flaps. Okay, so the flaps, the whole idea is to join it with another part, and what you want to achieve is actually a straight line. So obviously you can't join flap to flaps, that's wrong. Neither can you join like that because there's no flaps, right? So you look for one side with flap and the other side without. So this side doesn't have flap and this side has. So that's where we'll join it together. Okay, so for crafts, usually you can either use the dual glow stick or you can use the double side tape. In this case, we'll use the tape. Then we'll cut it off. I push it down. Okay. Then apply pressure because you don't want it to come out. Okay. So now that you have joined the straight line, next we're gonna have the base. Okay. So you can see that the base what you want to achieve is the glue. Again, the flap goes below. So we start off with here, but before we glue, you just want to make sure that all the joints are folded. So this one needs to fold, okay, before you can join. So we do one flap at a time. Okay, so once this side is actually glued in, the last one is actually the flap. So what we're going to do is we're going to align this neatly over here, okay, and apply some pressure and shape it a bit, okay, with all your crease lines so it's actually nice and neat, and you have your container.
It is amazing to see our material as common and as simple as a cardboard can be used to transform into different forms and for different purposes. So with that, is there any exciting plans for Paper Carpenter in the future?
Yes, of course. We always advocate the use of cardboard materials for all kinds of products. In fact, what we are developing right now is kids products, educational products. We could also go into the heavy duty packaging because we do see lots of wooden crates and being chucked in industrial estates, and that poses a worldwide problem. Of course, with our material, we are able to answer all the problems that we are facing for that matter. Yeah, and of course, the sky's the limit what we're going to create. Yeah, stay tuned.
Actually, with all this new product range, we are actually hoping to give consumer an alternative choice. For example, as a parent, if you actually want to look for a sustainable option, a lot of toys out there are actually made out of plastic. So by creating cardboard products, consumer actually can make a conscientious choice and do some good for the environment. Yep.
Wow, that all sounds really cool and exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to see what you guys have in the future. And I'm sure our audience are equally excited to be given a sustainable alternative to the things that they use on a daily basis. So that's the end of this episode of EcoBytes. Thank you, Adrian and Irene, for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great. It was great to have you on the show. I definitely will be exploring some of the ways I can reuse the cardboards I have at home with my newly learned paper carpentry skills. So I hope you'll have fun exploring on your own as well. And that's the end of this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Now, for all of our viewers who are watching, we have something special for you. We'll be giving away a $60 voucher from Paper Carpenter. To take part in the giveaway, all you have to do is to head over to our giveaway post on our Facebook and Instagram page. Comment on giveaway post with your answers, like and share this episode 8 out of the box, and follow at Paper Carpenter, at Suskin Singapore, and at ssgallery.sg page to enter. For more bite-sized sustainable lifestyle content, catch the next episode of EcoBytes on 20th March. Head over to our Instagram and Facebook page at ssgallery.sg to find out more.
Thank you, and we'll see you in the next episode.
If you are still unsure about where to start your sustainability journey, one good way is to download the Suskin app onto your phones. Suskin is a mobile app that rewards you with cashback for making sustainable choices. All you have to do is to download the free app, which allows you to choose a charity or cause that you wish to support. Complete actions like participating in sustainable events and supporting sustainable stores to gain points. The more points you earn, the higher your reward tiers and impact. To get started on your sustainability journey, head over to the Suskin app, search for EcoBytes, and key in the PIN code to claim your first 500 points.